Enough ruminating. After days of nodding approvingly at the progress of tons of dirt being shoveled out of the middle of the desert, Bertie was ready for something interesting. And what lay before him was vastly interesting. The mummy was part of a cache of some 30 mummies, supposedly discovered together in a tomb. Sir Samuel insisted the mummies couldn't possibly be as old as the seller claimed, but what did it matter? A mummy unwrapping party would be great fun, and Bertie planned to send the rest of the cache to museums throughout England and the world. Maybe he'd even send one to Mother's ostentatious South Kensington Museum, although the British Museum might have a quibble with that idea. "Who would like to be the first to pull on a bandage?" he asked. "I'll do it," Florence Baker said, getting up from her chair and approaching the table where the mummy lay. She went straight for the corpse's feet and unwrapped a length of linen from there. Everyone knows a corpse's smelly feet is the last place the underworld spirits would search for valuables, so there's probably a nice nugget of gold hidden here. "Fluey, you are just a pip," her husband said, laughing. Her strip broke free without a trinket appearing. "Now I'll try," Sir Samuel said. "I'll go for the opposite end, shall I?" He loosened a strip of tattered cloth from around the mummy's head. Again, nothing. Everyone took turns repeatedly trying to unravel a strip under which a piece of gold, a precious gem, or other tiny artifact had been hidden for the deceased's underworld journey. It was Lord Raybourn, though, who had the first success, holding up his trinket for all to see. "What is it? Some kind of amulet?" Raybourn said. "That's an ankh," Sir Samuel said. "It's the symbol for life. May you enjoy the richness of life here and in the afterworld." "Huzzah!" Colonel Teasdale said, raising his glass. Everyone joined him in the toast, although the prince felt less than enthusiastic over cheering his mother's spy. The group continued playing until the final trinket was found, a scarab discovered by Alex in the mummy's hand. "What happens with our friend here?" Teasdale said, nodding at the table, which now contained the unwrapped body resembling a piece of petrified wood. The prince considered this. "Keep your linen strips and trinkets as souvenirs, and let's draw straws to determine who the lucky recipient will be to display him in his study." After a brief discussion over whether a married couple should have 2 straws or 1, and deciding that they should have 2, the group pulled straws from Teasdale's hand. "Ah, Your Highness, you enjoy good fortune," the colonel said. "Where will you display your great find?" "The princess and I must think carefully on it," he said, but he was already developing a grand idea for it, somewhere prominent inside Windsor Castle, where it would be sure to give his mother apoplexy. Perhaps then she'd quit sending nannies along to watch over him whenever he left England's borders. Anthony Fairmont, the Viscount Raybourn, was heartily sick of Egypt. The heat, the tourists, the European girls looking for husbands, the shouting in the streets that passed for civilized conversation. For God's sake, they even had periodic locust plagues, although it was no wonder the Almighty was still trying to get the nation's attention. How was it that Prince Albert Edward found this place so delightful? Even Rayburn's stay along the lush area bordering the Nile during the Prince of Wales's tour had been little compensation for his misery. He just wanted to complete his duties and return home to England and what awaited him there. Instead, he was in conference every day with Ismail Pasha, negotiating the fine points of what nation would have precedence at November's opening ceremonies. Then he endured the prince's activities all night into the wee hours of each morning. Was there anything less dignified than drawing straws over the dusty, mummified remains of some ancient being? Now this. His meeting with Ferdinand de Lesseps had started amicably enough inside the Frenchman's